All right, guys, I just gotta talk about this case. And so I seen it go viral the weekend. I wish I could have talked about it then, but I'm sure y'all guys have heard of it. So a Lyft passenger over the weekend, or actually I think it was a couple weeks ago, but it's just been viral. She has filed a lawsuit because a couple weeks ago she was denied a ride by a Lyft driver because she was too big. So she's a plus size woman, very round woman, and she went up to she ordered a Lyft, and when the Lyft driver arrived, he refused to give her a ride. And so she recorded it and it went viral. And so now she's filed a lawsuit. So we're gonna talk about do I think her lawsuit will be successful? What claims I think she got? What claims I think she's gonna lose on? And just ultimately, is she gonna win, lose, or will it settle? All right, so y'all guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments. And so, but before we get started, let's take a quick watch of a news video, and that way y'all get some good facts from the case. It's short, like 2 minutes. Come on, let's take a quick look at it.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car?
Dajua Blanding's recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too big, and his tires, something about his tires. I asked him, what do I have to do with your tires?
This happened January 18th. The 29-year-old Detroiter was headed to a Lions watch party, only she never got there.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
I was embarrassed, and I felt some type of way about it, you know.
She's hired a lawyer and is suing Lyft.
Well, from a legal standpoint, it seems like obvious discrimination. The Elliott-Larsen Act, which is Michigan's Civil Rights Act, specifically protects people from weight discrimination. And the driver here turned down her ride because of her weight.
Dajua says this experience has scarred her.
I haven't really left my house since that.
She hopes this lawsuit will change how people treat others of all sizes.
Didn't have to pay for extra for a Uber XL.
All right, I hope that video gave you insight to what's going on. So we're going to talk about this case from two different sides, two different views. Number one, I'm going to talk about the federal part of the case. Then I'm going to talk about the state part of the case. And so federally, this case is to me, a weak case. Why is I'm saying it's a weak case? Okay, so it's a weak case because you have the Title VII statute. That's like the discrimination statute, and it protects, discrimination based on race, sex, disability, and things of that nature. So a lot of times when you see discrimination cases, it's under something under Title VII federally. Most states don't have much discrimination protections. And a lot of times you find those protections on the federal level. So let's just analyze this under Title VII. And usually Title VII deal with like wrongful termination or something like that. You see it all the time, like wrongful termination. But here, this is refusal of services, and quite generally, you can refuse services. You just can't be discriminatory against somebody. You can't discriminate. All right, so looking at this case under Title VII, going straight to the question: can someone sue someone because they refused to provide services because they was too big? Under federal law, my argument would be no, because there's nothing under Title VII that I know of that will give protection based on size and weight. Okay, they got, unless it's like a disability, I guess, I just don't see how they go win under a federal statute because it's just not protected. Some kind of way you could say it's under disability. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to come up with a good argument right now, but I just don't see how they can win. Now, that's under Title VII on the federal statute. Let's look at some other courts. You got intentional infliction of emotional distress, and you got negligent infliction of emotional distress. Now, she may have an argument there, because I'm sure that she has suffered a lot of emotional distress based on being refused a Lyft ride. So I think that's a small argument for intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress. Okay, so what else could they do? What else could she sue for? Is it just straight negligence? No, she wasn't physically injured. We already went over the emotional distress. I can't think of any more torts. Breach of contract. I would think that private contractor Lyft driver has a right to refuse services. I just don't see it. I just don't see it right now. What else could she sue for? And I haven't read the complaint, so that's why I'm doing a lot of this off the dome, as you might could tell. Guys, this is not one of my videos where I've done a lot of research. I'm going off the dome. But those things I think about, that I know she's suing for discrimination. My best argument would be the disability now that I think about it. Then also, she's suing for emotional distress. And breach of contract, I'll probably throw breach of contract in there too, but I just don't see how she can win. Okay. I think if it was just a federal case, that case probably would get kicked out on motion for summary judgment. Because I just don't think she got a claim. But I think it's going to be summary judgment. It's going to get kicked out summary judgment. However, this is the thing that's saving her. She went viral. This was saved her. She went viral. And because she went viral, she may not win at trial in federal court, but she can get a settlement because Lyft don't like the optics, and they may settle, which traditionally they might just wait for the case to get kicked out of court. You know what I'm saying? So because even though her case is a losing case federally, it still may settle because of the optics. Lyft don't want those bad optics out there. Okay, that's under the federal statute. That's under federal statutes. That's under federal law. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's look at state. We're in Michigan. I'm in Mississippi. This is way different from Mississippi. So federal statutes, not federal. So in Michigan statute, as you've seen in the video, I didn't know this till today. In Michigan, they do have discrimination protections for weight and height. That's crazy. You know, Michigan is like one of those states that's go blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. So maybe that's Michigan's blueness, progressiveness coming out. I'm in Mississippi. It's like no discrimination protections in Mississippi. It's all gotta go to federal. So she has a greater chance to win Mississippi. And I see why her lawyers advise her to file that case, because there are protections for people weight and for people height. Now, she's a plus size lady, so she's in the protected class. When you're suing for discrimination, you gotta be part of that protective class. So she's got that. But we have to look at the precedent in Michigan law. Is there a precedent in Michigan law that says someone can refuse service because of weight? And that, I haven't looked up Michigan case law. They got the statute saying you can't discriminate based on weight, but is there a case law in Michigan that says there's other similar cases to where somebody refused service to a big person? Not just straight, discrimination, just evil stuff, like beat somebody up because they big or fire somebody because they big. Is there cases that out there that says they refuse commercial service because they're big? And I think the driver does have some kind of right. And contractually, here's the big thing. When you sign up through these apps, I'm sure you scroll through the terms of service, and it's got to be something in the terms of service that says Lyft drivers and Lyft can refuse rides. and they're probably gonna hang on that in state court. Lyft is probably gonna hang on that in state court. So I think she has a better chance in state court and federal court, and I think this is a state court case because they're gonna lean on that rule in Michigan where weight and height is protected from discrimination. So they're gonna lean on that. And however, I bet you it's something in the terms and services that says, wait, we can refuse service for any reason, and by accepting this, by clicking accept, you agree that we can refuse service for any reason. I'm sure they're gonna get her there. Think back to Disney Plus where they, the case where somebody died in Florida from going to Disneyland, and they had an allergy, and they tried to make the people mediate because the woman signed up for Disney Plus and said whatever lawsuit you got to mediate. So I think Lyft might try this here. Like, hey, you signed up for our terms of services, so you agreed to that we could deny rides at any time for any reasons, and it might have her there. I haven't done any research on this law in Michigan. This is just a general analysis from the law that I personally know in my law practice every day. And then introduce myself. I'm Dwayne Hobson. I'm a lawyer. I've been practicing law for 8 years. And so let me sum this up. Federally, she has a bad case. Statewide, she has a better case. So federally, it's below 50-50 case. In Michigan, she probably has a 50-50 case. They probably gonna win based off some kind of terms of services. Lyft probably gonna win because of some kind of terms of services. She probably gonna win because she's protected under that state statute. But I think this thing is gonna end in the settlement. Most cases end in the settlement. This thing has went viral, so Lyft probably wanted to get this thing over with. So what her lawyers need to do, what I would do, I wouldn't end it so quickly. I would push this thing all the way through depositions up to the motion for summary judgment, because they're gonna file the motion for summary judgment and get it kicked out of court. And I would probably try to settle, unless they offer something really good at the beginning. But it goes back. The biggest thing people forget are damages. What kind of damages does she have? And so you gotta prove those damages. And so it's emotional distress damages. So they gotta prove she's gotta prove damages as well. But I think this thing's gonna settle in state court around after depositions, or unless they offer something good at the beginning. But I do think it's a 50-50 case, and if it went to trial, it could go either way. In federal court, it probably get kicked out. State court in Michigan, it probably go either way. So what you guys think? Do y'all think that she has a chance to go to trial and win? Or should she just settle? Or is this case gonna get kicked out? She's not gonna get no settlement at all. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick analysis. And like I said, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm at the house making this. I wanted to make that a long day of work, but I wanted to get this video out. But thank you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day, great night, and thank y'all. See y'all on this one.